My name is Richie Hall.
Richie Hall. Tell me about where you from?
I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was born and raised in Kensington, in Philadelphia, one of our greatest neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
I was the first of 4 children, so I'm the oldest. Both of my parents died when I was 12 years old.
Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that.
So I lost them at a young age.
Okay. So what was that like for you? Like how did that like really impact you?
It was the worst experience in my life. My mother died of bone cancer, so she was sick for a few years, and it was just horrible, you know? It was just terrible. And my father died of a heroin overdose.
Okay. So drugs was kind of, besides your mother, your father, so you was kind of, were you exposed to drugs at an early age?
Yeah, I was, at a very early age. There was drugs in the house. I knew my father used drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I started experimenting with drugs myself when I was 11.
What did you start with?
I started with marijuana.
Okay. That's why they call it the gateway drug.
Yeah, yeah. Which, that's up for debate, but
Yeah, it is.
for me it was. But I believe that I would have done something else. So,
Okay.
because I was searching for something.
So as of now, what is your drug or drugs of choice?
Now, I'm doing fentanyl.
Okay.
Basically because there is no heroin on the streets anymore. Or I would be doing that. I also do cocaine. I do crystal meth. I have weed in my pocket right now, so like I'm always smoking that. Always searching for something outside of me to make me feel good inside.
Okay.
You know.
So I know you said your parents died at a young age. Before that happened, like how was your childhood basically? How was growing up? Were they both in the same household and
yeah,
stuff like that?
Although they separated because my dad beat my mom.
Okay.
So, matter of fact, I was 9 years old and I stabbed my father.
Oh wow.
With a knife because he was beating my mother, and
okay.
I couldn't have that.
Yeah, that was pretty brave of you, man.
Yeah.
You was brave at a young age. So do you have any siblings?
I do. I'm the oldest of 4.
You did say that.
Like I said. So, my mother was sick. My father was a using drug addict, an alcoholic, and I'm the oldest child, so I did everything. Everything was put on me. My father couldn't even read. I used to have to read his mail to me.
Oh, okay.
You know? So I used to have to get my brothers and sisters up in the morning for school and make sure they ate and went to school, and I did their laundry and I cooked dinner for them when I got home, and they just made sure they did their homework. So I was like the parent.
Right.
And I was only 9 years old when that started.
Typical oldest sibling stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any children?
I have 5.
You have 5 children?
Mm-hmm.
Girls and boys?
1 girl, 4 boys.
Good. How old are they now?
They are, my oldest is my daughter, Marissa, she's 28.
Okay.
Richie is next, he's 24.
Okay.
Michael is next, he's 23. Jared is next, he is 21. And Sean, my baby, and my biggest, is 19.
19? You seem pretty happy when you talk about them, man.
Yeah, they're great kids, man.
Definitely.
They really are. I've been blessed. I've been blessed with
I would agree. I would definitely agree, man. So you said it's no dope in the streets now, so it's basically mostly fentanyl. So how would you, first before I say that, what's a typical day look like for you from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep? Like how do you go about getting your
non-stop hustle?
Non-stop hustle.
Yeah, it has to be 24 hours a day for me, because I always need the next one. I don't want to be sick, and I'm not going to be. So I'll do what's necessary. Although I don't do, how do I want to say this? So when I was younger, I did, and was using drugs out here, I did a lot of bad shit. Burglaries, robberies.
So me,
Done all my time in prison, all that. I stopped stealing a long time ago. Didn't make me feel good, and so now I just hustle,
right.
and I do whatever I can to make money, and it works out.
Trying to stay honest.
Yeah.
So, so now that you say that, I have a question about that. Like in your past, as far as what's the worst thing you think you did to somebody, whether as a stranger, a friend, or a family member, to try to get, in the name of trying to get what you need?
I mean, probably the worst thing that I've done is stolen time from my children of having their father around.
I see where you're going with that. Besides that, though, I mean, like as far as something physically or something, because I know that's a touchy subject too, as far as your kids. I know that's absolutely one of the worst things. You know what I mean? I understand that, absolutely.
All right, so I can tell you that I've been in battles for my life with knives, hammers, bats, like all that kind of stuff. So I've hurt people physically.
Gotcha.
People have hurt me physically. I put myself in a position sometimes where I'm just so vulnerable that if I'm not fighting for my life, I'm not going to have one.
Gotcha. Is there any like message or advice that you would give to somebody that's that's like a risky, they like on the verge of maybe getting into this type of lifestyle? They might be taking Percocets, and because a lot of times that can lead to using even stronger drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, please try to think about your future. When I was a kid, I never thought about tomorrow. Never thought about my future. It's a touchy subject for me.
Gotcha.
And so I basically threw my life away because of that. Because it could have been stopped a long time ago.
Right.
And I had the power to stop it.
You had the power to stop it.
Yeah. Because I hadn't crossed that line yet. So please, don't cross the line.
Don't cross the line.
Stop while you're ahead.
All right, so let me see. So do you think there's a way for you to get clean? Like, do you
Absolutely.
do you see that?
I will be
happen?
clean. I'll be clean again.
I like that confidence, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can do it.
I will be. I'll be clean again.
Absolutely.
I've been clean in the past. Multiple times.
What do you think it takes for somebody to get clean? Somebody that's like real deep in, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think it takes for them to get clean?
Honesty, willingness, and if you have those things, if you're honest enough with yourself, you can do it. Anybody can. Anybody can get clean, stay clean. The term once an addict, always an addict isn't true.
I agree. It's not true. It's not true. I agree with you, Richie.
And addicts aren't bad people.
And I know that.
They're sick people trying to get well.
I agree, 1,000%. Hey, man, thank you for your time, man. I'm gonna stop it here.
Anytime, man. I want to do this again.
Absolutely.